The reaction to this monumental scam by governments and its order followers is tyrannical, unconstitutional, and is a complete violation of our freedoms. Our most precious fundamental liberties and freedoms are being attacked at a level and rate most people thought wouldn't be possible, but it is, and it's happening. Lockdown-induced fatalities are expected to cause 8 times more casualties than the CV-related flu deaths that's being generous from the following: depression and mental illness, suicides, delays in preventative medical care, including deaths from cancer and postponed surgeries, drug and other opioid abuse, domestic violence and child abuse, cardiovascular disease and stroke due to unemployment, reduced average lifespan from other causes due to unemployment, multi-casualty mortality increases from recession and poverty in general, destruction and permanent closure of small businesses. The pandemic, we are told, is from a COVID strain of flu with a 99% recovery rate. That is if you're under 70 and you even get it in the first place. This flu clearly targets the rundown elderly population, with the average death being 82 in Canada and having underlying chronic health issues on top of that. These are the measures we are told to keep us safe, with absolutely zero data, science, or logical reasoning to back these up. To back these draconian measures up. Social distancing, essential family businesses deemed non-essential and shut down, border patrol, unlawful fines being issued for not complying to tyrannical dictates, restricted travel, forced testing, contract tracing, social bubbles, restricting you from seeing friends and loved ones, quarantining healthy people, censorship, banning protests, schools mandating child abuse, curfews, stricter gun control, and even province-wide closed gun courses, face muzzle mandates, experimental vaccines, attacks on our food supply chains. I personally talked to people who have had families stuck in quarantine and were denied saying goodbye to a loved one at a funeral. When major oppression is forced on us for no justifiable reason at all, it's time you stand up against this tyranny. If you think a police state can protect you from becoming sick, then you are seriously lacking knowledge and intellect. I, like many others, don't rely on the government's illogical, unscientific health advice. Health is our personal responsibility. We are not in charge of strangers' health. It's a personal choice to choose love and not live in fear of an invisible boogeyman. It's truly disheartening seeing the amount of social shaming and discrimination we get when we decide to not comply to fascism, resulting to muzzling our faces and constrict our breathing. Forcing face muzzles on the population and telling us to keep us safe is literally the most disgusting, dehumanizing thing I could possibly think of, next to imposing poison needles on the masses. It's pure psychological and physical abuse. It erases facial expressions and your human identity. It takes away from the ability for others to read your body language. These being forced on children is clear child abuse. There is no randomized controlled trials with verified outcomes that show the benefit to healthcare workers or community members of wearing a mask or respirator. There is no such definitive study. Likewise, no study exists that shows a benefit from a broad policy to wear a mask in public. These are only counterproductive and cause bodily and psychological harm. Society is so far gone that it now takes courage to walk into a grocery store choosing to expose your identity while wanting to breathe in adequate levels of oxygen. Most people who muzzle their face don't even know why they're doing it. I run into people all the time that hate wearing them as they cause them grief and bodily harm. They just wear them because they are afraid of fines and getting in trouble. This abuse of power will only end when enough people resist and unify and stop complying. The government is treating everyone like they are criminal. Since when do healthy people make other people sick? We're being treated like children. Do we need curfews? No! This is not about a virus, this is about control. Wake up.